Hello all, I'm Sai and you're watching The Book Dragon. In today's video, I'm bringing to you my answers for the questions in the bookshelf book tag. This tag totally has 13 questions and I'll drop the original videos link in the description. You can go and check it out, and I do think the original creators deserve more views than the people who are doing it in other ways. And also, there are 13 questions as I said before, and I'd like to know your answers as usual, so I'll be dropping the questions in the description. So do go and let your answers in the comments. So without any further ado, let's get into the video. Question number 1. How many bookshelves do you have? I have this only one bookshelf that you can see at the back, and but the number of books that I have is far too high than the number of books which I can accommodate within the this bookshelf, and that's mainly because we have a lot of space constraint in this apartment because it's small. Especially this room is smaller for more than one bookshelf, and that's only one of the main reasons why I don't have additional bookshelves, and I just clutter my books all over the house and I keep them safe. That's the main point. But towards the future, in the late future, I can't say it anytime soon, but I will be buying new bookshelves, and as of now I have only one bookshelf and it's doing good. Question number 2. How many books are on your bookshelf, or how many books do you think you have? I'm not sure how many books are there on my bookshelf, but I'm sure that I have at least 200 to 250 books on the whole. Okay, so it might not seem like that much while you just see these 3 racks. There's one above and one below, which are like overflowing with books, and I also have other books lying around all over the house, just as I said before. And I am searching for space to put them in, and I'm also planning to unhaul some books which I'll not be reading in the future, or certain books which I don't think that deserve the shelf space because they are not good. And let's see, but as of now I'm having like between 200 and 250 books, and I'm sure that it will increase a lot more in the future. Question number 3. How do you organize your books? Okay, I have like 3 main ways in which I organize my books. I'll say about the method in which I used to organize before I came into BookTube. That's mainly because I always maintain my books, so organizing them in a proper way is like one of the main things for me when it comes to storing books and collecting books. The first method was that I'll organize them according to their height. That is, hardbacks of the same size and paperbacks of the same size will be put together. Sometimes we get huge size paperbacks. I'm in India, so mostly we get UK paperbacks which are not that much in height. They are normally very much small, like this one. They are not big, they are just small in size. But there are sometimes when we get larger paperbacks like this one, Black Leopard Red Wolf. It's nearly the size of a hardcover. I put all the books which are in the same size together, and then the ones in the shorter height. The taller books are first, the shorter ones are next. It'll vary in that way. There are also certain books which don't match with any size. I put them all together and stack them one above the other so that they don't collide with another and others and damage the other books. The second way is the way in which I arranged them while I came into BookTube. It was in rainbows. Okay, I always like to see bookshelves arranged in rainbows because it's very aesthetically pleasing, and it was kind of difficult for me to maintain because I always try to keep things that are similar together same, but when it comes to arranging them according to in a rainbow style, I had to look the color of the spines and put them together. Sometimes it was annoying for me to just take out the books, though it looked pretty decent and good. It was not accessible for me. So after that I changed to another method, which is the one you can see right now. All the books by the same author are put together right now, or all the books in the same series are put together. Obviously all the books in the series are mostly written by the same authors, right? So I just stack the books of the same authors together, so it will be easier for me to access. You can see books here. All books by George R. R. Martin are same together, and all the J.K. Rowling books are same. The Shadowhunter books, you cannot see them within the frame, but they are there together. And apart from that, you can see here the Nevernight Chronicles is together, Hunger Games, Millennium Trilogy, The Inheritance Cycle, the Brandon Sanderson books you can see together here, and I have some Dan Brown books which I've put together behind me. You cannot see them, and the John Green books are here together. All of them are stacked together so that it will be easier for easily accessible for me, mainly for doing videos, because when I do recommendation videos, searching for books based on the spines is like a nightmare for me. But if I just put them together and organize them in a way, it's easier for accessing them, and that's the method that I'm currently organizing my books in. Question number 4. What is the oldest book on your bookshelf? I saw the original video, and it was based on the from the time when we bought the book, and it's not based on the publication date of the book, so it's easier for me to say in that way because I usually remember when I bought the books very easily. And the first book in my collection is Simon vs. the Homo Sapiens Agenda by Becky Albertalli. I'm not taking out the book because it's stuck inside, and if I take it out, it'll be a huge mess right now. And also, it's related to the next question, which I'll be discussing further on. Simon vs. the Homo Sapiens Agenda. I bought this book knowing that it was a contemporary, but I didn't know that it was a queer book. Okay, and when I got into the story, it was really different in tone because this was the first queer book which I read, and it's also the first book in my collection. And it just resonated in some way because that type of friend circle is one thing which everyone will relate to easily, and everyone will like to have. And also, this is one of the sweetest books that I've read ever in my life. Okay, especially when it comes to queer themed books, most of them are so intense, and you have to be in like a very open mindset, and you should not take things so personally or seriously while reading them. But this one, it's so chill. Okay, it talks about the struggles that queer people face, but it's just put out in a very sweet way. I'm sure that anyone who reads this will not end up liking it because will not end up not liking it because it's written in such a way, and it is also a really good book. If you're looking for something very chill to read, yet very much groundbreaking in some way, then you have to read this book because it was really awesome. Question number 5: what is the newest book on your bookshelf? For this one also, I'm not going to show the book because there's something very special about this one. It's Queen of Air and Darkness by Cassandra Clare. This is the last book in the Dark Artificer series. I've not even bought the first 2 books. I bought this mainly because it was available as a hardcover for a very cheap price. Okay, it was like cheaper than the paperbacks, which was like so rarely available for me, and I just went forward and bought it. There's something very special about this book which I'm not going to reveal now because I want to show the book to you guys and tell you some things which are very special in that one. The worst thing about this book after seeing it for me was that I was not even able to read the blurb. That's mainly because I have not read the beginning of the series, and it's the finale of that trilogy. And if I read it in any way, I will definitely like spoil a lot of stuff for me, and I don't want to do it for myself. And this is the newest book in my collection, and I'm sure that I'm going to read it because if you've been following me, you know that I'm doing this Shadowhunters Readathon, Shadowhunter Chronicles Readathon, and I'm like very much on track than I expected to be, and nothing is getting late, thankfully to God. And I think it will be ending in a perfect way. And I'm also publishing one video of review and discussion for every one of the books that I'm reading, and you have to check the playlist if you're interested. I'll link it up in the icon and down in the description. Please do check it out if you're a Shadowhunters fan. Question number 6: what is the longest book in your collection? For that, the answer is it's also the heaviest book I think in my collection. It is It by Stephen King. Okay, of all the hardcovers even I have, I think this is like equally heavy and also so huge. Okay, it's nearly 1200 pages long. I do have A Storm of Swords, but I have it in split edition, so I consider them as 2 books. But this one is just a huge mammoth. Okay, and this was the first Stephen King book which I read, and it was so tough, guys. Okay, please believe me, it is really awesome in every way, but reading this is like a pain in the ass, believe me. If you're going to try Stephen King, please don't start with it, because I did that mistake of starting with it, and I've not read any other of his books. Though I have few of them on my shelf, I'm not I'm not being compelled to take them, mainly because of this. Because just see, okay, it's not just huge, but also the word count is like insanely high. See the size of the font, it's just tiny. Even if I bring it near, it's so tiny. And also, if you're planning to buy it for the first time and try to read and experience the story, do purchase this edition, because it's very affordable. Okay, it's really cheap in price, and also the quality is pretty good. The papers are really good. I'm just suggesting you guys, because you can try it out if you want to. I bought this for like 140 rupees or 150 rupees, and it was very much worth it. Believe me, a 1200 page book for 140 or 50 rupees, it's really affordable. And also, it was a really good time reading this one. It took like more than a month and a half for me to finish this one. I was also reading other books, but this was the toughest read for me of all, and I don't think I've read any book for that long except it, even while reading huge portions of the book at the same time. And this is the longest book in my collection. Question number 7: what is the shortest book on your bookshelf? For this one also, I'll drop the poster because I couldn't find it, but I'm sure that it's stuck somewhere in there. I was not able to find it because it's so tiny. It's Birthday Girl by Haruki Murakami. This is the only Murakami book that I've read, and I got this as a present from my brother for my birthday last year. Okay, I got a lot of books from him. Actually, the Mortal Instruments came from that huge haul that I had last year, and this was the shortest book of all, and this is the shortest book that I own as well. It just took like 20 minutes or so to read this one. It's tiny, guys. It's not even short, it's tiny, not even 40 pages long, and it's just this much in height or something. It's such a good book, and how to say, if you want to have that whimsical feel, then you have to try this one because it was really good reading it for the first time, and it's the shortest book that I own. Question number 8: what is the predominant genre on your bookshelf? The answer for this one is very easy, and most of you might have even guessed it by now if you've been following me for quite a while. If you know my channel, you know this obviously. And before getting the answer, I'll just leave you have a sneak peek on my shelf. Yeah, it's obviously fantasy. Okay, fantasy is my most favorite genre, and I read fantasy more than anything. Okay, compared to the other things that I read, other genres that I read, fantasy is the one which I love. Okay, I take a lot of time reading fantasy. I just enjoy it. Okay, there's everything in fantasy which just attracts and pulls me towards it. And even from being a child, like 6 or 7 years old until now, I'm 21 right now. I'm going to be 22 pretty soon, and it's just awesome. Okay, I like fantasy because it's totally unreal. Okay, it's realistic but not real, and that's the main thing which attracts me. And also magic. Who doesn't like magic? Okay, and yeah, fantasy is the most predominant genre on my bookshelf. Question number 9: have you done a bookshelf tour? Yeah, I have done a bookshelf tour, and I'll link it up in the iCard and down in the description. You can go and check it out if you want to. It's not even long, guys. It's just like 6 or 7 minutes long, so you can just sit down and watch it very quickly. A small problem with that video is that you can hear me breathing a lot, and if you try to ignore it while listening to it, or if you can bear with it, please do watch it because it's really short, and I've talked about all the books that I own, and it was quite fun filming it. It was a pain in the ass, believe me. Okay, that 7-minute video is the thing which took me the longest to film. Yet I did it because many people wanted me to do it, and it also turned out pretty well if you ask me. Better than I expected it to be, and it's that linked up. Question number 10: go on a random number generator and talk about the book that corresponds with that number. Okay, I actually did take a random number generator. Okay, my phone is right here in front of me, so I cannot show it to you. The limit that I gave was from between 1 and 20, so the number which I got was 15. I'm going to select the book. I don't even know what book I'm going to talk about. Okay, let's just see. Number 1 book is out of the frame, so you cannot see it, sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, superb. It's this one, Black Leopard Red Wolf by Marlon James. Okay, this is an adult epic fantasy, and it's based on African mythology, and it's a fantasy that takes place in the African continent itself. Okay, and the thing about this book specific to me is that it's not even that huge. Okay, it's like 600 to 650 pages long, which is not that huge for an epic fantasy book. I usually read these type of books in like maximum of a month, but believe me, I've tried reading this twice. The special thing about this book is its writing style. Okay, the writing style of Marlon James is so peculiar. Believe me, if you're having a bad time, please don't pick this book up because it will mess your mind. It's so pungent, it is so raw, it is like so grotesque in many ways. It's so gruesome. Okay, we get mutilation scenes, and certain words that he uses, they are like so raw, so true, so pure. They give that feel which the book actually demands, but it's very tough to read. I have tried reading this twice. Okay, the second time I made it through like nearly 300 pages. I don't know how I did it, yet it was one of the very toughest books that I've ever read. And yeah, that's the book number 15 in my bookshelf from there. Question number 11: do you have fan merch or other decorations on your bookshelf? The answer for this one is no. Okay, you can just see it easily. Usually when it comes to spending money, I'm like very stingy. You might see all these books and think that I'm a huge spender, but I'm not. Okay, even when I buy books, I buy random books, even though I know that I'll not read them for a long while because they are so much steep in price. Okay, that's one of the main reasons and main times during which I buy books. Believe me, okay, because most of the books that I own are like a maximum of 500 rupees is the cap for any book that I buy. Any how big it can be, except for certain specific books like my books by my favorite authors, stuff like that. I don't spend a lot of money, and that's one of the main reasons why I don't buy bookish merch as well. And also personally, I think that bookshelves look even more beautiful only when they have just books alone. Okay, the book spines alone, they just bring out the beauty of the books, and it's just raw, pure, and so beautiful. I'm not against people who buy stuff in order to decorate their bookshelves, like Funko Pops, candles, mugs and stuff. I do like all those stuff, but I don't like spending money on them. If I get them, I use them as easily. I don't even buy bookmarks, okay? Believe me, I'm that stingy when it comes to buying things. And the only things which I buy for my books are the things which I use for annotating them, like sticky notes, flags, tabs, posters, highlighters and stuff like that. I don't buy bookish merchandise, and I don't have any of them in my shelves. Question number 12. This is more of an order than a question. Show us your bookshelf. Okay, this is my bookshelf. Just have a look at it. Okay, yeah, this side also. Just have a look at it. I'm not going to show it entirely because I've said many times the uppermost shelf and the downmost shelf, they are like a huge mess, and I don't want to spoil the quality of the video showing those two ugly things. Okay, and also I actually stuff the books in those two shelves. I don't damage them, yet they are like so much cluttered. I don't want you guys to see it and be afraid or frightened in any way. You can go check out the bookshelf tour obviously, because I've spoken about all the books in there, and that's it. Question number 13 is tag someone. Okay, I'm going to tag anyone who watches this video. Please do go forward and do it if you're a booktuber, or if you're a viewer or a consumer of booktube, as you are right now if you're watching the video. Please do go down and comment your answers for the questions which you can. Obviously you cannot show me your bookshelf or anything like that. You can obviously drop the answers for any other thing. Please do go and do it. And if you did enjoy watching this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and also share it to your friends. If you want to get more content from me, do subscribe to the channel, because I publish new videos every Sunday, Tuesday, Thursday and Saturday. Thanks for watching and have a great rest of your day.